Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about General Zia's push to Islamize Pakistan. First of all, General Zia was commissioned in the British Army in 1943. He served in Burma, Malaya, and Indonesia during World War II. And when the war was over, he decided to join the armed corps. He opted to join the Pakistan Army. As a major, he got an opportunity to do a training in the United States. During the 1965 war, he acted as the assistant quartermaster of the 101st Infantry Division, which was posted at the Korean sector. He remained posted in Jordan from 1967 until 1970, where he was involved in training Jordan's military. He was appointed as Corps Commander of Multan in 1975. In 1976, Prime Minister Zulfikar Ali Bhutto appointed Zia as a 4-star general. Following civil disorder, Zia deposed Bhutto in a military coup and declared martial law on July 5, 1977. Bhutto was controversially tried by the Supreme Court and executed less than 2 years later for authorizing the murder of a political opponent. Shortly thereafter, Zia assumed the presidency. Pakistan had been created in the name of Islam, and the idea of Pakistan had received overwhelming popular support among Indian Muslims, especially those in the provinces of British India, where Muslims were in a minority, such as the United Provinces. The Muslim League leadership, Ulama, Islamic clergy, and Jinnah had articulated their vision of Pakistan in terms of Islamic State. Zia established separate Shariat judicial courts and court benches to judge legal cases using Islamic doctrine, new criminal offenses of adultery, fornication, and types of blasphemy, and new punishments of whipping, amputation, and stoning to death were added to Pakistan law. Interest payments for bank accounts were replaced by profit and loss payments. Zakat charitable donations became a 2.5% annual tax. School textbooks and libraries were overhauled to remove un-Islamic material. Offices, schools, and factories were required to offer praying space. Tens of thousands of activists from the Jamaati Islamic Party were appointed to government posts to ensure the constitution of his agenda after passing. Conservative ulama, Islamic scholars, were added to the Council of Islamic Ideology. The drinking of wine and all other alcoholic drinks was not a crime under the original Pakistani Penal Code, but in 1977, the drinking and selling of wine by Muslims was banned in Pakistan, punishable by imprisonment of 6 months or a fine or both. Under Zia's prohibition order, this punishment was replaced by one of whipping of 80 stripes. Non-Muslims were expected, if they obtained a license to drink and or manufacture alcoholic beverages from the government. The most controversial of the ordinances was the Zina Ordinance, by which the Pakistan Penal Code provisions related to adultery were replaced. Women and men found guilty were to be flogged and 100 stripes apiece if unmarried, and stoned to death if married. In cases of rape, victims were sometimes charged with the fornication and jailed, and their rapists were freed because the women could not comply with the Islamic had requirements of 4 reputable Muslim males testifying to the crime. Girls as young as 12 were also sometimes jailed and prosecuted for having extramarital intercourse because the ordinances abolished Pakistani's rape law. Under Zia, the order for women to cover their heads while in public was implemented in public schools, colleges, and state television. Women's participation in sports and performing arts was severely restricted. The Ansari Commission, which from the 1980s onward advised the President on un-Islamic social conventions, recommended that women should be prohibited from leaving the country without a male escort, and the unmarried, unaccompanied woman should not be allowed to serve overseas in the diplomatic corps. An Islamic dress code was imposed on women in the public eye, such as newsreaders and air stewardess. There were other laws and Islamic principles implemented by General Zia, but I felt like these were some of the main ones that I wanted to talk about. Today, the Islamic religion still plays a big part in the government and judicial system, and that is largely because of the legacy of General Zia.